The Road to Porsche, a car enthusiast's evolution. Chapter 1, where it begins. We all start somewhere. Maybe it was a rumbling V8 Camaro you saw idling outside your school. Maybe your cousin's slammed Golf GTI that looked like it could scrape paint off the pavement. Or maybe something truly questionable, a Mitsubishi Eclipse wrapped in anime decals, with 4-inch exhaust tips rattling like a shopping cart. It doesn't matter how it started, because once this passion takes hold, it drags you down the same road as everyone else who's ever fallen for machines. You go deep, you learn, you obsess, and eventually you end up in the same place we all do. Chapter 2, the gateway drug. The first car you fall in love with, it's almost never a great one. It's emotional, impulsive, chaotic, like your first crush. You don't ask, does it make sense? You ask, does it make my heart skip? It could be a WRX running way too much boost for its own good, a 69 Charger shaking itself to pieces at idle, or an E36 BMW labeled track prepped, which really means everything's broken, but you don't care. You forgive the leaks, the rattles, the warning lights, because for the first time, a car feels alive. It growls, it smells like fuel, it fights you for control, and that's exactly what makes it beautiful. Chapter 3, the horsepower delusion. Every car enthusiast eventually falls into the same trap, the numbers game. This is when you stop asking how a car feels and start asking how fast it is. Quarter-mile times, dyno sheets, torque curves. Horsepower becomes a religion. Torque becomes your god. And your favorite sentence? Yeah, but what does it make at the wheels? You chase turbo kits like they're rare Pokemon. You tell yourself 500 horsepower is the sweet spot until your buddy hits 550. Suddenly, your car feels slow. You stop caring about body kits, wheels, even how it looks. The only thing that matters now is acceleration, that straight line rush. Until one day, on your way to another dyno day, you take an off-ramp too fast, and suddenly you realize your car can't handle it. It floats, it slides, it feels like sprinting in flip-flops. That's when something new sparks inside you. You start learning words like coilovers, sway bars, corner balance. You start watching Nürburgring laps at 2 a.m., wondering how a 300 horsepower car can outrun a Ferrari. And then it hits you. Speed isn't just power, it's grip. It's feedback. It's the connection between you, the chassis, and the road. You've unlocked another layer, a part of the car world that's not about numbers, but about nuance. Chapter 4, the spiral. This is where things start to get strange. Not to anyone else. To the world, you're still the car guy. But inside, something has shifted. You've crossed a line you'll never come back from. You stop caring about 0 to 60 times. You start caring about throttle response, not the data, the feeling. You talk about steering weight, brake modulation, the texture of the tarmac through the wheel. You say things like, this car communicates with me, and for the first time, you mean it. When someone says, horsepower solves everything, you just smile. You've been there. You remember those days. But now, you know better. You start sampling cars like a sommelier collecting vintages. A hot hatch for its playfulness. A Miata because someone told you it's the answer. An old M3 because people said it was the last of its kind. And they were right. Then one day, you drive a Lotus Elise. You come back half-deaf, covered in sweat, and completely in love. You realize comfort is overrated. That air conditioning is just a distraction from the road. And you start to understand you're no longer chasing speed. You're chasing purity. You're looking for that connection between human and machine that can't be put into words. You stop trying to impress anyone. You just want to feel alive. Chapter 5, the realization. It doesn't happen all at once. There's no big aha moment. It creeps up on you. Quiet, subtle, like waking from a long dream. Maybe it happens at a car meet when someone tosses you the keys to their 911. Maybe during a test drive you almost skipped because you thought, Porsche? That's a dentist's car. Or maybe it's years later, after a trail of heartbreaks and half-finished projects that drained your wallet and your will, you finally give in. All right, I'll just try one. The engine starts. No fireworks, no theatrics. Just a calm, steady hum. The kind of confidence that doesn't need to shout. You pull away, and something feels right. The steering is light, yet precise. The chassis talks, not in shouts, but in whispers. Every input you give is answered instantly, naturally, almost before you think it. You press the throttle, not to prove anything, just to feel it move. It doesn't explode forward. It flows. It's quick, yes, but unhurried, graceful, effortless. It's not trying to impress you. It doesn't have to, because for the first time, you're not chasing excitement. You found peace, and sitting there, engine ticking softly, you realize something terrifying. This is all you ever needed. After years of chasing speed, power, noise, chaos, this quiet, complete feeling is what you were searching for. Chapter 6, the truth about Porsche. At some point, you stop comparing it to other cars, because the 911 isn't trying to be better. It's trying to be right. There's no drama, no gimmicks. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't need to. Every detail, the clutch weight, the shifter feel, the way it rotates through a corner, feels perfectly calibrated. It's as if the car was designed around you, and that's when it hits you. This isn't a car built to impress. It's built by people who care. Engineers who didn't chase trends or headlines. They just refined the same idea, decade after decade, until it became art. It's not about raw speed, though it's fast. Not about power, though it has plenty. It's about focus. Honesty, clarity, every movement, every reaction, clean, no wasted effort, no need to explain. You just drive, and it all makes sense. Other cars want to define you. The 911 simply lets you be yourself, at your best, behind the wheel. And maybe that's why it matters so much. Because in a world obsessed with being louder, faster, flashier, the Porsche 911 remains timeless. It doesn't chase perfection. It is perfection, quietly, completely, without needing to say a word.